Good evening, everyone. Is this working? Yeah, it's working. Now for sound. Alright, I apologize for the late stream. I also apologize for the fact that the last two videos from the last stream are not up yet. Because basically I take them down, I chop it up in my video editor, re-render them, and upload them, and that whole process takes several hours, unfortunately. Glad you liked it. This one will not be as long. I'll probably only be a couple hours, but trying to get back on track here. I don't remember the last thing I did. Okay, so we're in the Thieves Guild, so we might as well start selling, or start talking to the guys, see what we can get out of them.
That's an open secret.
Tell me that isn't true.
I see. You haven't just come to buy fish. I'll make you an offer if you have any silver plates or chalices. I'll take them for a good price.
Sounds like a plan. I did conclude that despite what people insisted, the audio was too loud last time. There were some moments where I was barely cutting through, so I just turned it down a bit.
For all your stuff, I'll give you 150 gold pieces.
Wow, his accent really changes once he starts talking money.
We've made some good deals today.
No idea why he wants silver plates and chalices specifically, but he pays a better price than anybody else does, so he's good for it. Oh my god, what happened there? What? Excuse me, that's not okay. Good, it's gone. That was very bizarre. I didn't think it did. I didn't see it improve after giving him his sword. Man, textures are not happy today. I know it improves in Chapter 3 when we get back. I'll double check. Also, isn't Lucy like a merchant? No. I don't know why I thought she was. I thought she sold turnips and shit. Alright, we are Marvined. Oh yeah, you're right. It's interesting because I didn't notice him fighting differently. Oh right, can't do that. Excuse me.
Can't keep anything to himself.
Okay.
I think that should... Let me have a short... Come back and...
Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. I didn't notice him with the new posture.
I won't tell her a thing.
Actually, he might have always had it. I don't know.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Well, yeah, he's still got the bad AI, but I guess he does switch from the novice technique to the fighter technique. What else do we need to do? We need to talk to the fools in here.
But no. Hey, you!
We don't need to, but might as well.
You're involved with the gang. All right.
But no.
In that case,
he insisted he
I've
knew
got
better.
something for you. If you ever need some lockpicks, come to me.
I don't know.
I'm no better off myself.
It might be... I might be wrong about this, but it seems like if there's background dialogue,
I'm no better off myself.
I think all that's supposed to be like toned down when you're having a dialogue with somebody, but instead the background dialogue stays up and it's the conversation you're having that quiets down.
Hey, you!
And Nagger just floats.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
So you did it. Now you know who my employers are. Stick to what Cassia tells you.
That's not
So he doesn't have anything new for us, unfortunately.
Some problem solved.
I think Rengru does have something for us.
I'm not telling you anything new.
I think it's just like a tip or some advice. But there's one other member of the Thieves Guild that we're not going to be able to find for a good long time. Might as well chat with this guy, even though I don't see much point. I don't think he has anything good.
Who won that? What we
He becomes the most dangerous obstacle, actually, in the Trial of Fire, but also completely avoidable.
Hey,
I don't believe that.
Hey, you're one
Oh,
of
wow.
us. Let me tell you something. If you intend to empty some pockets in town, be especially careful with the merchants. They're pretty trying to...
I remember that uptight. There was something you had to change the name of a file in your system folder. Let me see if I can look it up, remember what it is. Because it's looking for your config file, I think. Yeah, he does do that, but I don't know if that really helps. What do I have this installed to? Games. Go to your system. I think there's a folder that it's a config folder that says like Gothic. It says Gothic 2 or something, and you need to change it to just say Gothic. I don't remember. I did not have that problem the last time I installed it, but I remember that being a problem in the past.
That's not what my husband thinks.
Or maybe it's the actual application. I really don't remember. I'm sorry. What other... So unfortunately... Didn't we get that?
He simply talks too much.
Oh, I haven't given it to him.
That's not what my
Shit, I don't think I loaded the most recent save. Well, I must have. Yeah, I must have.
That's what I've always said.
Anyway, let's give it back to him.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
Maybe I just didn't save after we did that. I don't remember what the last thing I did was. God damn, it's warm in my room.
I can't take care of everything.
That's not what I heard.
He can't keep anything to himself.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
I can't take care of
Those are all just rumors.
Don't tell this to anyone.
That's all just gossip.
No, that's typical, isn't it? That's not what
Do you really think?
He can't keep anything to himself.
Don't tell me
here's
you didn't know
that.
Don't say. Don't tell
Alright, so
Throw away. Don't
that's done. Whoa. It's unfortunate that turning in Canthar means we fail his quest, so it looks like... Oh wow. So it actually becomes its own quest. That's funny. I never noticed that before. So what else should we do? I guess we'll move on and do
You already know what I think.
do the brain farting. Go to the landowner's farm. Do the initiation quest for what you call it, the mercenaries. I don't know why I'm brain farting right now.
And so he set himself
glad to hear it,
between
Uptight.
his
I thought I had it wrong,
in order
so.
to reconcile their dispute.
That's an open secret.
I don't think that's true. There's a couple more. I think there's a couple farmers
Someone's got to do the work.
on the landowner's farm that do that as well.
Don't tell me that.
I think there were more in the first game than there are in the second, but I don't remember any off the top of my head. DirectX 11 mod really tests my cooling system on my PC. For some reason I can't seem to crank the radiator off in this room, otherwise I would gladly do that. Way too warm in here for me. Let's kill some bugs. I should get a fair amount of XP just for clearing out these woods. You bitch. Still hear a scavenger over here. I thought I wiped him out. Still don't know why this wall is here. Bagok. Whoa. Oh, I hate living in this neighborhood. I don't know why, but this path here has always been one of my favorite locations in the game, with a little lake there. Farms in the distance, waterfalls, mountains.
He really should have known better.
Oh! I remember where we left off last time.
It's a bad business.
Ever read that,
I couldn't get away with that.
Okay, so
He never would have thought of that himself.
I remember the last big thing we did was take down Dexter. I wanted to make sure that I didn't forget to save that somehow. Oh yeah, none of the women in the first game spoke, so... Alright, well, might as well do Fester's thing on the way up. This guy's a son of a bitch.
What are you doing here?
I'm preparing for battle.
Why?
Lately, the farmers have had more and more problems
Oh,
with
yeah, I
field
remember that.
raiders. A few of them even managed to get themselves eaten. Fat Onar didn't exactly find that amusing. None of us got our pay for a week, and it was more or less my fault. Now Lee wants me to wipe out the creature's nest by myself, and the other boys have already made bets on whether I'll survive.
It's actually kind of amusing because he can easily wipe the nests out without them even getting near him.
Are you a good fighter?
I'm fair with a sword, but with a bow, I'm very good. Why do you ask?
Where's the nest?
In the middle of the field here, in the big rock.
Let's also point out that putting a farm around all these massive boulders is not a great idea.
Wait a minute.
Makes for very inefficient farming.
We could attack that nest together.
You want to help me? Why?
I want to join you.
Oh, so that's the way it is. You want to prove how good you are. All right. Let's attack the beast together.
Alright, let's do it.
Let's attack the nest.
Right now? Or do you need to equip yourself first? You could go back to the farm first.
There's no time like the present.
Good. Then let's see what you got.
Let's see what I got. The annoying thing about this is
There's
that
another of those scummy beasts.
it doesn't count as him leading you, so the enemies he kills
One less
do not
monster
get you
around.
XP.
One less monster around.
But we're not going to be able to kill them before he shoots them dead, so might as well let him have them. I don't remember... I should have checked, but I don't remember what happens if you kill them
One less monster
before
around.
even talking to this guy.
So, this is where they drag the dead farmers. Disgusting. The filthy things should all be wiped out now. Let's go back.
Well, there weren't a whole lot of them, were there? But there's some good stuff in here. Well, more of those single gold pieces that I cannot, convince myself to leave behind. The best thing is we get an elixir of dexterity. Now we are at 16 dex. Still not enough to use that. Or that. Gimme. The annoying thing about the dark mushrooms is that you basically have to pick all of them up if you want the maximum mana, because there are 515 total, or 553 total in the entire game world, as far as I know. Which means you can't really afford to miss any, because you can only really miss 3.
What about our...
Are you kidding?
I think your hide could do with another tanning. I don't like having my leg pulled.
Don't make me cry.
So it is cool how there's a difference between if you don't manage to kill any, Fester will treat you like shit. But even if you do manage to kill them all, or help killing them all, he still tries to double cross you, because he's a jerk. So we just beat the shit out of him. The funniest thing with him so isolated, since he likes to hang out here on the path during the day, we can just straight up kill him here and nobody ever says anything. But, alternatively, we can leave him alive and just beat him up whenever we want. So we proved we are the better fighter. Now, let's see. That's easy math. Because sell them to him for 5 gold apiece. Since for some reason, even though he wants those more, he pays less for them than the other ones. So 5 gold apiece at 553. It's 2,765. That is not a lot of money for that. Now, if you go with Constantino just to sell him the digger meats, I don't know how many there are, but let's assume there are just as many. It's 15 times 550. That's over 8,000, so that's a little bit better. But I still think Bosper gets us more money.
Where do you think you're going?
This way.
I wanted to have a look around, that's all.
There's a heap of trouble here for men like you. Are you telling me you just want to look around? Ha! So you're headed for the farm. Why else would you have trudged all the way here, hmm? So don't give me any of that bullshit, and let me search you and you can go on your way.
Search me for what?
Suit yourself. Search me then.
Now then, let's see what we have here. Ah, gold. It can be very dangerous carrying so much gold around. A lot of mercenaries are real cutthroats, not honest fellows like me. I only want 50 gold pieces from you. That's the toll here. And you only need to pay once. That's fair, isn't it?
Sure. So, the only reason that's fair is because 50 gold gets him to vote for us if we want to join the Mercs, so... Yeah, digger meat, one of the better healing foods. One thing I'm surprised I never corrected was referring to mana restoration as mana bonus, or hit points. Yeah, that's just how they do. If you avoid Sentenza by going around and coming in from another way, Raul actually stops you and basically calls Sentenza to come kick your ass. So, make sure you don't do that. Raul's a dick, though. Can't stand him.
What do you want?
Of course we got him in the end.
I want to have a look around the farm.
Don't go into the building on the left. Silvio's in there. He's not in a good mood right now. If he sees a weakling who doesn't belong on the farm, he might get the idea of venting his bad mood on you.
Who is Silvio?
Our next leader, if you ask me. If you plan on asking him if you can join us, forget it. You look like you're barely good for herding sheep.
Yeah, I hate Raul. He's also annoying because he is...
Listen to him talk.
Somebody asked us to take down 3 of Silvio's men. Silvio's got like 6 cronies here. They are Lester, Sentenza, Raul, Rod, Bulko. I guess the only one left is Silvio himself. And Raul... Oh my god, the distorted sheep. Raul is like the 3rd easiest to deal with. Unfortunately, he's still way harder than the other 2. Rod is the 2nd easiest to deal with, Fester being the 1st. Rod is actually probably just as tough or tougher than Raul, but there's a way to trick him.
How are things?
What do you want from me, weenie?
Weenie?
How's it going?
That's none of your business, weakling.
I want to join the mercenaries.
There's no place for wimps around here.
Man, this guy is just not, you know, not holding back.
Can you teach me how to handle two-handed weapons?
Listen, boy. It takes a lot of strength to wield a two-handed weapon. Why don't you slink off to the pasture for a game of Ring Around the Rosie with the sheep?
Apologies for all the glass noises.
I am strong enough.
Nonsense. You couldn't even lift a decent sword like mine.
I said I am strong enough.
Oh, you're killing me. Want to risk a little bet?
I bet I can handle your sword.
Really? How much should I relieve you of? Well, you look like a poor sucker. Let's make it 30 gold pieces. Do you even have that much?
I don't know how to pronounce that, but thank you, Mr. Duck. What I'll call you for following. Alright, so we will take his bet.
Let me see then.
Here.
All right, let's see how strong you are.
I can't wield this weapon.
That's what I'm saying. Now give me back my weapon.
I think not.
What was that?
I think I'm going to keep it a little longer.
Just you wait, you bastard.
So we snuck his weapon away from him. We didn't win his challenge, but now he is unarmed.
Don't take any crap. That hurt.
So we have no issue whatsoever beating the shit out of
Let
him.
him have it.
We would not only win the bet, but also get XP if we were able to wield the sword.
Go ahead, hit back.
It's not a big deal that we don't.
Go ahead, hit back. Defend yourself.
Hang on!
Hit back.
Doesn't even stand a chance. Not much. Basically ran to the landowner's farm and that was about it.
And that's the truth.
I'm glad to see you, man.
I could care less.
I'm not sure what your username is on YouTube, but
I used to say that myself.
glad you can make it.
Had to happen sooner or later.
So the funny thing about Rod's
try that
sword is
again.
it's really doesn't require that much strength for how boastful he is.
Easy as that.
And again, he never claimed it was a sword that was heavy. He just didn't think I was strong
Wait a
enough
minute.
to,
All right.
you know, do more than lift a blade of grass.
Here's your sword back.
High time, too.
I want to join the mercenaries.
Okay, I don't carry grudges.
Rely on that.
You can fight, and that's what counts. Most of the lads here think nothing of a little brawl amongst friends. You'll get used to that. As far as I'm concerned, you're in.
It's kind of funny how Rod actually turns out to be a pretty decent guy once you beat the shit out of him. He's like the classic high school bully. He's like such a dick to you when he sees you, but as soon as you one-up him, he's actually pretty okay.
No one really wants to hear that.
Doing all right?
Hey, I know you. From the colony. What do you want here?
I've come to join you.
Why not? I've got nothing against it. Anyway, you freed our mine from the guards back then.
Sooner or later.
But don't count on getting along with the others here so easily. A lot of newbies have come along since then. And some of the old mercenaries won't remember you. I almost didn't recognize you. You look rather haggard.
When the barrier fell, I barely got away with my life.
Looks like you got lucky then.
Lucky indeed.
Do you have anything to sell?
Oh, don't ask. Bennett,
just did.
one of the new guys, takes care of the weapons and armor now.
I used to say that myself.
In the colony, I was responsible for Lee's entire weapons store. And then along came a trained smith, and pow, I'm out of a job. I desperately need a new job, even if all I do is guard the farms out there. I don't care, just as long as I'm not twiddling my thumbs here anymore.
So two things are funny about that. Number one, if he wasn't a smith, how are they getting weapons? And number two, Bennett doesn't sell the weapons. He gives them to Khaled, which seems like Khaled is the one who really took over his job.
Tell me that isn't true.
I could do that, yeah.
Sooner or later.
Not that hard. I'm just not typically a fan of it.
True.
But, yeah, I guess if we can somehow get the crawler armor,
Known better.
I used to say that
I'm not
myself.
sure we could, but maybe we could. I don't know why the view distance just totally changed there.
No idea. You tell me.
Have you tried finding a job in town?
In the city? Wild horses couldn't drag me there. Where do you think I would want to work there as a militia soldier? I can just imagine myself in the courtier's uniform. And then that obsession with obedience. Nah, forget it. There may not be anything to do here on the farm, but at least I can do what I want.
Oh, how you're making money, if that's your concern.
And that's the
Oh, that's right, because you can get the plates. Oh my god, what happened? Why have you done this?
It was just like you said.
I don't know why that's done that.
Sooner or later.
That's the easiest way to fix it, I think.
It had
There we go.
sooner or later.
Oh no, it happened again. What the fuck?
He thinks it's as easy.
I think it's something with the daylight. I don't know why. Yeah. I guess there are, because in the first game you could only get the plates from the Crawler Warriors, but in this one you can get them from anything.
Damn it. What's up? I get so worked up.
I also don't know why the music isn't playing here.
I've got my own opinion about that.
Hello, pretty girl.
Just where did you escape from?
The barrier.
They say you are...
My father is the militia.
Yeah, I don't care. This is Onar's daughter, I guess. Hey, Cypher.
How are things?
Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?
It's possible.
I used to deal in swamp weed back in the colony. Remember?
Oh, I remember.
And what are you dealing in now?
Ah, don't ask. I brought a whole package
It's
of
the second
swamp
person to
weed
tell
with
me not
from
to
the
ask
mining
something after I
colony.
asked it.
Many of the mercenaries like a little smoke now and then. I've earned a small fortune on the side. But some bastard stole all the weed from my chest. I'm pretty sure it was that Bodo. He bunks in the same room as me, and he always grins at me like such an idiot.
Okay. Funny how a farmer, like a farmhand, bunks in the same room as a mercenary, but what do I know?
What are you going to do about the thief, then?
One of these days, I'll catch him puffing away on my weed. And then, I'll find a quiet spot and teach him a lesson he won't forget. If I knock him down here in the middle of the yard, the other farmers will notice, and I'll pay an arm and a leg.
How come?
Quite simple. We can't rough up the farmers, otherwise Lee makes us pay a heavy fine. That's the way Onar wants it. And the more witnesses there are, the more of a fuss there is. That makes things more expensive.
Ah,
So I'll
welcome.
pull the thing off nice and inconspicuously.
It's kind of funny how he accuses that random farmer over there of stealing the weed when there's a guy literally a stone's throw away puffing on his weed. But,
I want to join...
Lee's
What?
Lee, but still,
none of your business.
I want...
You already know.
What do you...
Well, I have. You can.
I think we have enough weed to give him.
About this... Here's a few stalks for you.
Oh, you are my man. You've got my vote.
Alright, well, glad you could hang out for a little bit. So we have the package, but before I give it to him, if you give him the package, I think it overrides the rest of his quests. So we give him the 10 weed for the 100 XP, then we go through to try and find who stole it,
Better off myself.
and once we get through that, then we give it to him.
Cypher told me somebody
Hello.
stole a package of swamp weed from him.
And?
He thinks you're the one who took it.
Oh, that's why the guy is always gawping at me so stupidly. I've been extra friendly to him lately because he seems to have hit a rough spot. But there was nothing I could do. I'd look at him friendly-like, and he'd stare at me like he wanted to kill me.
I'd have gone about it differently.
That was quite obvious.
That's weird. Why can't... I'm supposed to be able to accuse him,
If you own...
but... I don't know. I don't know why that option didn't show up. But we know who really did it.
Cypher told me that someone stole a package of swamp weed from him.
I love this guy.
Would you know anything about that?
No.
Yeah, I know it is. This is when I could stream, because I just got home from work.
Where's the package?
What do I know?
Is that supposed to be an emote? Because I don't have those. Oh.
What are you smoking there?
Want a toke?
Sure.
Let's see what kind of stuff he's got.
Not bad, huh?
Where did you get the stuff?
You have to wait for a dramatic effect.
I have my sources.
Oh, I'll bet you do.
Where's the package?
What do I know?
I want to join the mercenaries. Do you mind?
Who cares?
Alright. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Oh my god, it hit me. I'm like totally freaking out, man.
Got my own.
It's like the Matrix. Alright, well, we know who stole
Hey,
the stuff.
you! I know who took your weed.
Who? Was it that Bodo?
No, one of the mercenaries did it. Dar.
I don't know how I know his name.
Where is he?
Finding him won't help you. He doesn't have the package anymore. He sold it in Corinus.
Where is he?
Behind the kitchen building on the corner.
I'll flatten him.
Can't OD on weed, man. That's just science. It's funny, we don't have the slow-mo effect anymore, but the distortion was still going on. Yeah, well, he pretty much takes care of that. Don't take the money. I keep forgetting the quick loot.
Thanks for the gold. I think I'd better take this weapon.
So if you don't have any swampweed stalks by the time you get here, just getting him to beat up Dar nails you the 10 that you need for his approval anyway.
Wait a minute. You really gave Dar what for? Are you feeling better now?
Yeah, that felt good.
Not to him, I suppose.
The little beggar has no business
I'm sure
going
he can
through my
if it
chest.
just works out that way. I don't know what would happen if he did. I'm actually tempted to... next time I do this, maybe I'll set Cypher's hit points to 1 and see what happens if he wins.
Would this package of swampweed happen to be yours?
Well, I'll be... Where'd you get that?
Where'd you get that?
It's a long story.
Doesn't matter. Really, you're a decent guy. Here, take this as a reward. Have fun with it. First, let me roll a few.
That's a lot of dank.
Blabbermouth, you told Cypher I took his weed. Like hell will I vote for you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter much. And now we got 100 XP for 1 whack. We shall rob the chapel.
Hey,
Let's
you!
talk to Smith.
Better not sell any weapons. Khaled does. He's in the house with Onar.
Not really an OD, it's more of a bad trip. No problem.
What kind?
Plain sword. But if you wouldn't, of course.
Are you with
Your have you nothing?
Can you?
Sure. That'll cost you a bit.
30 gold?
Maybe later.
Yeah, I don't plan on forging weapons as a mage, so no biggie. It's funny how talking to Bennett without fail gets him stuck in the bucket.
Pick that up then.
Well, let's chat around.
What do you want from me?
I want to join.
Oh.
Believe everything you hear.
Put me to the test.
Did Lee send you to me?
No.
Then what are you blathering at me for?
Alright, so we go talk to Lee.
Himself was after
Now, there is a bit of an issue here. I think if we talk to Cord, he's supposed to give us a quest to find another mercenary who disappeared up the mountain. But I think he'll only give it to us if we ask Lares to help us join a faction and
if you have a problem with wolves or field raiders, go talk to one of the younger mercenaries. You can come to me when the paladins show up here.
What?
Whenever one of you peasants comes to me, it's always about slaughtering
just called me a
innocent
peasant.
beasts.
I'm not a peasant.
Oh? What is it you want then?
I want to become a mercenary.
You look more like someone who's been born to work in the field, boy. Can you wield a weapon then? So, how about one-handed weapons?
Well...
And two-handed weapons then?
I'm surely gonna get better.
In other words, you're a damn greenhorn. Each mercenary needs to be able to rely on his comrades. All our lives depend on that. As long as you barely know how to wield a weapon, you're in the wrong place here.
So yeah, either we broke it because... Oh, really? I didn't know that. Dude never voice acted anything but the first 2 Gothics, as far as I know. What was his name? Don Del Chapo? He was in Gothic. Oh, he's in one of the Blade, I guess, movie tie-in games. Yeah, 3 voice acting credits to his name. How did you find out that he died? Oh, there's an obituary. Is that him? Doesn't say anything about him being an actor of any kind. Oh, voiceover artist for behind the voice actors. Alright, so I guess that kind of narrows it down. Yeah. Shame. So, yeah, anyway. Cord, if... I fucked this up one of 2 ways. Either because when you talk to Lares about help with joining a faction, you get, you get to ask about any one of the 3, but I don't think you get to ask about all 3. If you do, then I missed it. Because Cord will only help you if Lares sends you to him, as far as I know. Otherwise, because we did the Dexter bit before talking to Cord, that's why it's not available. Since those 2 are related, but nothing I can do about it now. And again, I do not know why the music is not playing.
Is it really true? That's all just gossip.
Let's see if I can cheat it. Sometimes you change the zone and it'll play.
You listen to the wrong people.
I don't remember what the waypoint code for the landowner's farm is. I do have it bookmarked. Owner's farm, big farm. Go to waypoint, big farm. Okay, good. Now we got the nature theme. Now let's go talk about sheep.
What are you doing here?
Guarding sheep. And if possible, staying out of trouble.
Doesn't always work, does it?
Nah, especially not with the mercenaries. I'm really glad to be out here in the pasture, although it can be dangerous too.
What's so dangerous in the pasture?
There's a small pack of wolves that roams the area. Lately,
yes.
The damn beasts have come by
Very
and
famous
eaten one
Pepe.
of my sheep almost every day. A few days ago, I had almost twice as many sheep. I don't want to think what Onar will do to me when he finds out.
Sorry.
Why didn't you tell the mercenaries about the wolves? I thought they worked for you.
Yeah, I know. I should have done that, but I didn't, damn it. And now, with so many sheep gone, I'm afraid to tell anyone about it at all.
Well,
but you just told me.
I'm already regretting that, too.
What if I killed those wolves?
You? By yourself? I don't believe it. I'd sooner trust my bellwether to do that.
Forget it. It was just a suggestion. I'll go over to the boys and see what they say about it.
Wait a minute. Okay, you're the greatest, and you can take on 100 wolves at once, no problem. Mostly, they lurk between the trees near the pasture. I think there were only 4.
You think? Well, thinking doesn't pay the bills. What happens if we lie about it?
I've done in...
I don't need you to make a fool out of me.
Okay, I don't know how he knows. But, oh yeah, I still gotta give that back to Bosper. I guess I missed that somehow. Do we still have the silver? We do! The hell did I miss? I must have had to reload at some point. I don't remember having all this. That annoys me. Alright, well, let's kill some wolves. I think we can one-shot these young wolves with the bow. But it shan't be too tricky. Except I can't hit them. Owie. Ow. Alright. Wolves dispatched. And let's have a smoke. And we get a free Shadow Beast skin. And a bunch of other free skins. Very handy for selling to Bosper. And there's another willow bow over here. I don't remember where we found the first one. I think we found it at Water Mage's camp. I love how we just, like, have no problem picking up and eating food that we find on the forest floor. I mean, there's gonna be ants on it. There's also one of, I think, two of the only ghost lights, aka will-o'-the-wisps, in the game. It's funny because they existed before the expansion, but it's Vatras who explains them to us in the Ring of Water stuff. Get back here, you slippery bitch. I love how it bleeds. I can't hit it. Good thing about these is they don't bug out quite this. Ow! It hit me. They don't typically bug out quite the same as bloodflies do. But if they do get stuck, like in the air, usually if you just back off, they'll drop. The only problem is I don't think we can hit him with a bow. Now he's stuck. Oh no, you can't. Sweet.
Nothing to be had there.
You're right, there are. Forgot about those. There's one here, there's one in the woods near the cave with a big old statue to Innos. Where we go for the test of fire. Ow, you big toothy bitch. Boars are some of the most annoying enemies in the game. If I'm not mistaken, there's a goblin warrior in here, and those pretty much mop the floor with us. But he's in the other cave. Oh god, there's a third one. Thought there were only... Oh god, there's a fourth one. Oh! Help me. Retreat. Oh my god! Okay, that did not go well. Alright, goblins are dangerous. Noted. Why did I pull the spell out? Screw it. Hit it with that. Aggro the rest of them. No, we don't need a goblin slayer. Well, where'd the fourth one come from? Oh, there he is. Okay. We have a fireball. We do not. We have ice arrow. I don't think we'll be enough to take down the warrior. I'm not summoning a demon to take on some filthy goblins. Goblins are the most annoying because they attack like instantly. Alright, so let's see. 2 hits of this kills the warrior. I hope it does, because I think they actually died to 1 fireball. This might do the trick. Oh yeah, sweet. And these are no threat. Oh god, they're kind of a threat. Once again, I failed to notice that there were 3 of them. Yeah, because they run faster than you. And as soon as they're in range, they'll hit you. It's not like other enemies which will swing when you're in range, but they might not reach. It's because they have a long wind-up. And we got a staff mace. Right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right. Woohoo. Left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. Hardly worth it. Staff mace is a pretty expensive weapon, though. I didn't even open this one. Left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, 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 right, right, left, left, left. Not worth it. So we head around that way, we'll eventually run into some skeletons, and I don't want to deal with that. How are we looking? Got a lot of learning points. Whoa. Huh. That's weird. I have those, controls like double bound. Yeah, well.
Nothing to be had there.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, we're at very different points in the game. Obviously, you're the one who left the armor behind. You couldn't take it with you. Another distorted sheep.
I've done in the wolves.
You did it! Thank
I
Innos.
did it.
But now I still don't know how to tell Onar that all those sheep are gone. It's all that damn Bulko's fault.
What did you say about Bulko?
He's one of the mercenaries. It was actually his job to guard the pasture. But instead, he and his pal Silvio hang around Thekla in the kitchen all day. It's that bastard's fault if I don't get paid for weeks because of the lost sheep. I wish I could at least punch him in the mouth for it, but nobody stands a chance against him. The guy's a killer.
Oh, if you say so. I'm sure we'll find a way to get around that little issue. Damn it. Actually, I don't think we should go in that way. I think we might get in trouble. Gotta go in the front door.
I've got no time.
Hey, to the house.
Onar,
I want to.
tell him you didn't know that.
He and I go way.
You're a please.
Yeah, we Zardos gives us his smallest piece of firewood. I mean, he does have potions in the place. He has all the plants in the cellar, including a king sorrel.
You don't have to tell me that.
He's got some okay stuff.
Everything fine with you?
If it's something important, go talk to Lee. Otherwise, leave me alone.
Seems like either way you expect me to leave you alone.
Who the devil let you in here? What are you doing here? I thought you were dead.
What makes you think that?
Gorn told me it was you who brought down the barrier.
Yes, that was me, all right.
I never would have thought that a man could survive something like that. What brings you here? You aren't here without a reason.
Khaled is a little twitchy.
I absolutely.
What's your business?
That's a long.
I've got. So you're still allied to that necromancer. I see. And the paladins have this amulet?
As far as I know, yes.
I can help you get to the paladins, but first you need to become one of us.
Oh, I don't often hear this dialogue. I don't know why.
How can you help me get to the paladins?
Oh, yeah.
Trust me.
If you give him a solid punch or two, he can give you a nap.
Right man for it. I'll take you to the paladins, and you'll do me a favor. But first, join up.
What exactly are you doing here?
Quite simple. I'm gonna see Onar.
Yes, off the island. Get your revenge.
Gorn?
You remember?
Sure.
He got caught if the rope, but
I want to.
I'd hope you. The lad, in principle, you can start.
What do I?
Onar, the landowner, and then there's the boys. But don't go to Onar before every.
How can?
By doing what talk to. If he'll.
Alright, so he gives us the thing.
What do you know?
I might have known. You just have to mingle in everything, don't you?
Come on, tell me.
I'm only marginally involved in this. I know that this secret guild exists here and that the water mages are behind it. Since the fall of the barrier, I am no longer bound to the agreement I came to with the water mages back then. Of course, I still help when I can, but most of the time, I have my own problems and barely any time for other things. If you want to know more about it, you should probably talk to Cord.
Oh.
He's one of them, as far as I know.
But maybe we can still talk to Cord. We should probably put the ring on first. 3, not enough strength points. Oh no, I can't do that one.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
Things I could tell you. Don't say you didn't know.
Is it really true?
I mean, it's a few weeks of not eating anything.
You tell me.
So when you're starving to death, first thing your body eats is whatever carbs you have left. Second thing your body eats is whatever body fat stores you have. Last thing your body eats for calories is the protein in your muscles. So yeah, 2 weeks of starving would probably do a lot of damage to your strength.
That's really not my problem. That's all just gossip.
I've heard that you belong to the Ring of Water.
What rat has not been able to keep his big trap shut?
Lee told me about it.
Looks like I've got a deal with you now, doesn't it? All right. So what do you need? And be damn careful about what you tell me. For if I don't like what I hear, I just might skin you alive.
So, don't ask him for any of his stuff. Just ask him for help. And, well, this is the main thing you want to get. If you ask him for his weapon or armor, he'll beat the shit out of you.
You could help me to get accepted by the mercenaries.
I can just see it now. Right, I'll try. What else?
Teach me how to fight.
All right, what else?
That's all.
That shouldn't be too hard. And woe betide you if I hear that you can't keep your trap shut.
Got it. Yeah. Although it does take a fair while to get good in this game. I would argue longer than it did in the first one.
Help me become...
Let me think. Have you already seen...
Not really.
So go ahead.
Alright, so we'll do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take the quest to protect Bengar's farm. Because then we can get Cord to deal with that, and then we don't have to worry about it later. And then all we have to do is collect the rent from what's his name.
I don't believe this is gonna change.
Really true.
Or should we do it the other way around? I don't really know. I'm gonna make a safe save there.
I'm not telling you anything.
I don't know what's really gonna happen.
Put me diddly. He's fat and
Yes, yes.
Really didn't deserve that.
if you can prove
That's not what I heard.
well, how for most of it, well, you if
I don't believe this is gonna change.
what quite you
Okay, rules of the duel.
What are my duties?
Onar hired us. That includes collect. So
I can't believe that.
He doesn't see that. I can't help him.
I think we can end up doing them both anyway. But maybe not.
I've got my own opinion about that.
The militia one is more interesting but more difficult, so what?
I'll deal with
I'll roll
the
with that.
farmer Bengar is they're pressuring the farmer. I want you to go.
How can I?
In the southwest? If you get
It's kind of funny. You can try and prove your worth by doing that. It makes no tangible difference.
That's really.
But it is interesting how Piranha Bytes gives you a choice between an easy option to collect rent or a difficult option to protect a farm. The XXX save? I don't remember. I think I had two profiles going on at once. I don't remember what I was doing here. I made an edit to the config file to increase the number of columns from 5 to 8, just so I had more on screen. Also true. About 2 months in jail.
Let me have you already?
Yes.
What test would...
I'm supposed to drive the militia.
Ah, yes. But you're going to have to... Not far from here. If you go southeast, one of my people... Well, I assume you're going to find...
Nothing amazes me anymore. That's all.
And what makes...
The fact that I know the name of his men will... It could... But you can...
I went to see Dexter.
And?
Dexter is dead. There was no trace up there of your buddy Patrick.
I don't get it. He seemed to have vanished off the face of the earth. Well, you've kept your side of the bargain.
What about Torlov's test?
Okay, so we don't actually fuck it up by doing it out of sequence.
Your task is fulfilled and you've passed the test. I told you I would take care of it.
Yeah, it's funny, because somehow in the time it took us to speak with him about helping us and, well, basically in no time flat he managed to solve our militia problem without even leaving his spot. Yeah, I don't know if my friend Val is still here, but yeah, that proves that regardless of the sequence, you can still do that.
Too bad. I agree with you completely.
How's my reputation among them?
Let's see. Wolf says he has nothing. It's Cord's side. You have my vote, and you won a lot of merch. Most of them go to Lee.
Okay, so I probably shouldn't have done that. Flash could learn something from Cord. Yeah, I mean that dude was. I didn't even see him move. Barely even bat an eyelid. Uptight. What I'm gonna do. These I actually did save the edits I made to the config file. That same config file that I think you had to rename to get the system pack working. These are the changes I made to it in order to in order to get some of the things that I'm using now, such as the quick save and the inventory columns and all that. Oh, wow, that did not format right. I apologize. You know what else I might do? What if I put it up as a window? So you can at least see it on screen real quick. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. Well, now you can see my browser. God, that is huge. Why is that so huge? Alright, so those are the changes I made. So, what the first one does, that skips the, this skips the logo videos in the beginning, like the Piranha Bytes and Joe Wood flash screen. This starts the game in windowed mode, full screen windowed. That changes the draw distance, I think. That just adds that blood effect that happens when you're on low health, you're running around, there's blood splatter on the ground. This changes the inventory columns. This sets the potion quick keys, so you can set those in the control options. Right here. Mana potion, healing potion. And this sets a quick save, which by default is F5, and quick load is F9. I don't think you can change those. And this I don't think actually did anything, but I changed it anyway. That's weird. I'm just... Let's get rid of that. Gone. So yeah. Hopefully that helps. Those are the only changes I made. I didn't really mess with anything else. Some of that stuff can break if you try to change anything. So I don't like to mess with it too much. I recommend backing it up, saving a copy to another folder before you try to do any of that. Now we found... Did we find? We did not find. In the militia barracks in Corinus, there is a golden plate that you can find that turns out was confiscated from this farm. Actually, owner's wife talks about it, and if we bring it here, that can actually... It won't help us join the mercenaries, but it will help us when we negotiate our pay after we join them. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, Bulko does try to threaten us at some point, which might be now. Nope. Eventually he will threaten us. I think it happens after we do the shit for Jarvis.
Hey, it's possible, right? I want to become a mercenary.
I'm not sure that's a good...
Where's the problem?
Well, I eat and in the sick...
How's...
Right now, we've sealed...
How come there...
Most of us...
Okay, so he tells us about the divide between Silvio's people and Lee's people.
Do you leave?
So what should I...
Simple. Beat up a few of Silvio's boys, and if you stick to the rules for...
Which of the mercenaries are Silvio's men?
There are 6 men. First of all, then there's Rod. Sent the rest of the people are either...
Got my own opinion about the belief these days. How many of...
If you knock 3 of them to the whom you choose, just one little hint. This isn't about proving your...
Alright, so yeah, that's his quest for joining, which involves beating up 3 of Silvio's people. We already got 2 of them when we tricked Rod and beat the shit out of Fester. Sentenza is not an option. Raoul is a real
What do you
pain.
want?
Telling you anything new. Methinks...
What?
I don't think I'm gonna
That's
succeed,
exactly-
but we'll give it a shot.
Parry then!
Let him have it!
Oh, fuck me, that hurt.
Hit back! Oh, go ahead, hit back! Let him have it!
Ow.
Defend yourself!
Watch out!
Ah! Yeah, we don't stand a chance. There is a way to do it, though. Yes. The uppercut. I mean, not the uppercut. the ice block. Is really our only chance.
Tell me that.
But we can't do that here, I don't think.
You don't have to tell me that.
We're gonna have to lure him
What do
away.
you want?
That's been known a long time.
Me think
What?
That's exactly.
I've been.
Yeah.
All over again. I've got no time for things like that.
That will never change.
Stop right there, you lowlife!
Problem is, I still don't think we do enough damage to get him that way. It does not last very long. But it does. Does tend to glitch him. So that works. Cheesy, yes. Exploit, maybe. Effective, also yes. I don't have an uppercut. Unless you mean... No, that's not really an uppercut. Oops, I knocked him down again. Sorry. Could also kill him here, but... that doesn't really win us anything. He also has a quest later to... sell him a black troll hide. I think it gives us like 250 gold for it, and the best part is he hangs on to it. So we can beat him up for it again, steal it off of him, and then sell it to Bosmer.
About that. All right, you win. What do you want? Lee won't have.
What do you mean?
He wants it.
Yes.
I'd like to become a mercenary here. Do you mind?
Do whatever you want.
Alright, I will take that as your glowing recommendation. And we don't even have to talk to Sentenza.
You don't have to tell me that.
I think... I don't know if he has anything to say about it, but he basically votes for us because we paid his toll. That's all he cares about.
I have come.
Nice for you. Do you understand that the mercenary...
Will you vote for?
But then, why not?
Alright, so that's that. If we want our money back, we can taunt him. And he will flatten us and we will not get our money back.
Can't rely on that.
That's that. Now that we've done that for Jarvis, I think this is when Bolko tries to threaten us. But we can fire back. Because we did the thing with the rare Pepe.
How many of Rod looks festered? I went to and he was badly.
That's enough.
I actually don't know. Let me check something real quick. I want to see if... Oh, well, he's down. I'm going to do a couple cheats here to check and see if we get a higher XP reward if we knock down more of them. Because we got 150, which would suggest 50 XP a person. If it is possible, I want to see attribute. And what does he have for... He's also got a shit ton of mana. What is up with all these like random people being like, you know, expert mages for some reason? Okay, so the 520s, we got to sit down to set them to 1. 1 equals 1. 0 equals 1. Now he's a complete wimp. We should be able to make mincemeat out of him.
Wait a minute. I have
nice for. Do you
say?
Take that. I'm not actually gonna keep this save, so I don't know why I looted him. I'm gonna do that to... I mean, screw it, I'll do it to everybody. That way we took down all 6 of them. I do want to see if Jarvis has anything to say if we manage to take down Silvio. I also wonder what would happen if we somehow killed Silvio at this point. Abilities, attributes. 0 equals 1. 1 equals 1. Stand him up. Do the same thing for Silvio. I don't know if I can take him down here, though. Because cheesing them like that might not work. 0 equals 1, 1 equals 1. Oops, 1 equals 1.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Hey, you!
I wouldn't. It has come to my attention that you have it in for my boys.
I do, in
As far as
fact.
I know, I'm warned.
Oh my Christ!
Don't ever dare attack me again.
Whatever. I proved my point. I knocked him down.
Well, at least you've got some gold on you.
I'm just experimenting, Crux. Don't worry. I'm gonna reload when I'm done. I'm just playing around because I want to see if Jarvis's reward. You know what? You might be right. That might explain why he stood up so quickly, as far as his God mode. But I just want to see if Jarvis's dialogue changes based on what we do.
How many of
Okay, so we do get more XP.
I bested. I heard. Rod looks Sentenz festered. I went to and he was bad. That's enough.
So yeah, I guess because we definitely took Silvio down. It didn't. Whoops. It did not register, so that did not work. Alright, so we'll let him stand up, talk to him again. Yeah, taking Silvio down, I guess, is impossible. I'll get the soup. Don't worry. I already kicked him when he was down.
Wait a minute.
All right.
Actually, I don't remember. Did we get a dose of soup before we even joined? I know
And that's the truth.
that beating up some of Silvio's men, Thekla gives us another portion of soup. How many? Actually, I have a guide that I found that explains this. Let's see, mana, hit points, weapon skill. Where's strength? Okay, dexterity, other. Thekla Stew, 5 strength. Get 1 for doing these things. Joining mercenaries or fire mages for some reason. Bringing her herbs. Beating Bulko. Freeing Bennett. Defeating dragons. Okay, so we don't get it from beating up any of the other men. We have to beat up Bulko specifically. Yeah, so that's just not going to happen.
It has come and it's far. I'm warned.
Okay, if you say so.
What do you...
Something smells delicious here.
Oh, yes. I know the likes at first. They try to get on your...
I'm hungry.
I don't dish out food and that mercenary. You want to work only own our... So you're a nut. I might have known.
Alright, so she won't give us soup now. I would say the extra 100 XP for trying to beat up Sentenza and Bulko are not worth it. Not worth the effort. If you can pull it off, sure. But it's a lot of work.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
Okay, so we've done everything else. That's it for all that. So, if I'm not mistaken, that's about as much as we can do. And we have other quests and such. Well, that's everything we can really do before joining a faction. We could do the weapons dealer, but we can't do that now because the weapon dealer is Fernando, and Fernando has a quest for us in Chapter 2. We gotta wait until we do that. Actually, even more important, Fernando also becomes possessed later when we join the mages. So we can't piss him off before we do that. I don't remember. I think that actually breaks one of these. One of these breaks if you wait that long. I think after he gets possessed, for some reason we can't accuse him anymore. So the smart way to do it, smart way to do Fernando's thing, get into Chapter 2, get his quest, come back from the valley, complete his quest, accuse him, don't send him to jail yet. Chapter 3, actually I think it is chapter 3 anyway, is when he becomes possessed. Don't talk to him about the possession until after you've threatened him, then talk to him about possession, then beat him up, then send him to jail. Very convoluted. I'll make sure I cover that in excruciating detail in the walkthrough, because there's several opportunities to fuck it up. Okay, otherwise, yeah, we really don't have much. And I don't think we can never do this again. So that stays as an active quest even though we failed it. That's annoying.
Of course we got him in the end, but he knew that all along.
And I don't know.
If he doesn't see that, there's no way I can help.
Actually, I don't think...
We need to talk.
What do you Oh, no, here it goes.
The best thing would be if you didn't see to it that you're gone.
So he tells us we cannot be on the farm anymore. He wants us gone by tomorrow. But we also know that he hasn't been doing his job, and Onar lost sheep because of him.
Who let you in here? What are you doing? Thanks to Bulko, And what are you talking about?
One of the mercenaries.
How would that interest me? If he's been after my sheep, he'll have to answer to Lee. So why are you bugging me with such trivial detail?
Well, they're your sheep, and you hire the mercenaries. I would think you'd want to deal with that. But hey.
Don't even think.
Yeah.
There's a whole...
That's right. A simple man.
And that would...
I collect...
I've got an old coin here.
Show me. Oh, yeah? That won't bring much on the open market. I'll pay you a gold piece for it. Exactly as much as it used to be worth.
I would think it would still be worth that, considering it's just a gold piece.
Not quite enough. What about 2?
Nothing doing. I'm not a loony. Beat it.
Oh, aren't you?
I've got an old coin here.
You know what I'm prepared to pay for it, you dog. 1 gold piece, no more.
Oh?
Not quite enough. What about 2?
Ah, damn, all right. 2 gold coins for every old coin you can bring me. That's my final offer.
Do not ask for 3. He will basically blow you off completely.
It's a deal.
Good.
Interested in...
Sure.
1.
Thanks.
So it's not a huge profit, but, you know, by haggling with him, we can double it. It'll eventually start to pay off. You can't sell the old coins otherwise, so why not?
Onar now has a few sheep less thanks to Bulko.
Oh, leave me alone with that shit. I've had enough trouble at...
Me too. Bulko seems to have a problem with me.
Yes, and assert yourself. You can tell him he should restrain himself. Otherwise, I'll deduct...
I don't think you should do that anyway, because those sheep ain't cheap. I tell you. It's like we have to spend 1,000 gold to get 1 to join the monastery.
You listen to the wrong people.
If Pepe lost 6 of them, that's 6,000 gold out of Onar's pocket because of this asshole.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
That was quite obvious.
Does the name Pepe ring a bell?
I don't get a word of what you're blathering about, but I don't like your tone.
You were supposed to guard his sheep.
What do I care about his sheep?
Lee cares about them.
What are you getting at?
If you keep getting on my nerves, I'll see to it that you are made to pay for the sheep. So if you're at all interested in your pay, leave me alone from now on.
You!
Yes?
Wretched little lowlife.
Yeah, piss off. Yes, the graphics are better because I installed 2 mods. One is the DirectX 11 renderer, which adds nice shadow effects, wet surfaces, and all that kind of thing. The other is Vert's texture mod, which is an old one. There are newer ones that look even better, but they have changes I don't like. So, actually, you know what? I'm gonna post a link. I did post the my mod list on a file sharing website. Where is it? I think that'll work. Yeah. So those are the mods I've installed in a little README file, kind of explaining some of the comments and concerns with it. I can't really cut it because it's so small you can't even see it. What else we got going on? I guess I'll stand at this crossroads here and make this save so that I can use this to start the other two. Actually, no. Before I even do that, I'm gonna say guild lists. I might just use cheats to go through. The only other thing I would have to do is to go around and basically wipe out all the critters I can fight, just so that I have as much XP as possible. 1,000 dexterity, yeah. But I don't really want to bore you guys by running around just, you know, smacking things around. That's something I can always do once after I've joined anyway, once I start investing the learning points I have already gotten. That way it doesn't take as long. But what I think I will do, just to speed things along, is... I apologize, I'm gonna use cheats again. But I'm gonna go through and just set the time clock so I can do all the prayers and get all of the skill or the attributes bonuses from that. Do that now. How's it? Is it set time? I'll just set it to midnight. I'll save first in case this doesn't really work. Oh god, I can't do that. We'll do the save here. Okay, strength +1. Set time 0. I don't know if that counts because it hasn't been a full 24 hours. No, it doesn't count. So that's a bitch. No problem. I mean, I put all that together because I figured people would ask, and I'm going to put that link in the description of the videos when they go on YouTube. Not in the stream ones, but the walkthrough ones. Okay, set time. Probably gonna have to, like, just double tap the 0. So that way it advances it 2 days. Oh. I mean, it makes no difference, but I realize it's kind of cheating. I mean, not just cheating, but, I've been told, and I haven't verified it, but I've been told that the XP rewards for completing a lot of quests actually go up after a certain number of days. So doing it this way seems a little unfair, but it's no different than if I were to just keep running back and forth between the shrine and the bed. I guess that's how I'll do it. No, I don't want witness. No, it didn't work. Fuck. Adanos is not a woman, as far as I can tell. No, because they're supposed to be 3 brothers. Dans, I know you played Arcania. Please, do not bring up what they did to Adanos and Innos in that. Or Innos and Beliar. Because that should never be mentioned again. Oh wow, I can just do that. Don't even have to pick a time. Damn it, it didn't work. Fuck. I don't know why it does that. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Let's just save every time I do it since I keep screwing it up. I don't get it. Why isn't it working now? No, it was something stupid. Arcania decided that Innos and Beliar were basically the same person and that they were actually a woman or something like that. It was fucking stupid. And one of a million reasons why that game deserves to burn and be forgotten. So how the hell should I do this then? Set it to 23. And set it to 0? Will that work? No, it's not working. What the fuck? I wish I could, like, spawn in a bed just so I could just do that, since this doesn't seem to work. It's a 6, 0, 6, or 5, whatever. Will that work? So that's been more than 24 hours. It doesn't work. God damn it. I think you actually have to rest. Setting time doesn't seem to work. So what's the quickest way to do it? Since none of these are near a bed. Isn't there a way to speed up time too? Or speed up movement? Just so we can hurry this along? Where are cheats? I mean, I guess we get that. Still really annoying. Yeah, trust me. There was nothing that felt more vindicating than when they struck a Gothic subtitle out of Arcania. Because that game was so vile. I mean, I tried to like Spellbound, even though they never really made that good of a game at any point. But I just feel like whoever Joe Wood hired to write the game, it's amazing because they had like a prequel story that they released on the forums, the World of Gothic forums, back before the game came out, and those were actually really well done. Then the game came out, and it's almost like that writer was not part of the game at all. It wouldn't surprise me if he wasn't. I don't remember who was supposed to write it, but he did such a lousy job. I also have no idea where the hell Grom's gone. The dude's just gone. Unfortunately, I don't remember how many times we've done this at this point. Might even be a quicker way. Yeah, that's how we do it. Oh god! That didn't work. I rebounded. I would argue that this is even quicker. There's nothing mimetic about it. That game should not be remembered. Alright, so this is how we power pray. Can you get off the frickin' sawhorse, please? Yeah, but I don't even remember, like, Adnos being a part of it. Say, like, you show up at that stupid monastery where basically people are praying to Innos and Beliar as, like, a two-faced goddess. It was so dumb. Then they decide to bring out, like, succubi and harpies and shit. Be like, these are the new gods and the new demons. It was so dumb. I have no idea why the setting the time by the console commands doesn't work, because it's doing the same thing. But I guess for whatever reason it doesn't act like the days have advanced. It just resets everything to its position at that time of day. Oh yeah, Adornos. That was really what really pissed me off. The only thing I did like was there was that one guy who was like a scholar who was kind of trying to explain the nature of the gods. And he came up with like kind of an interesting thing. Like people always wonder like what's the will of the gods and all this stuff. And like what's our role with it, and he's just like he had something like they're gods, but they're just beings like anybody else. They have their own, you know, whims and stuff. Who says they're really looking for anything in particular, and who says that we have to serve them? All that kind of stuff. Like, how different would our lives be if we never prayed, never, you know, tried to serve the gods in any way, and just stopped making a big deal out of them? I don't know, I thought that was pretty interesting, but then everything else, they had to ruin it. Which game is that? Is that online or what? The only ones I played are 3, 4, and 5. I have yet to do Arena or Daggerfall, and I've definitely never done any of the spin-offs. Yeah, I don't know anything about ESO. How much money's I got? I got enough. Oh, you can get up to 20... You can get 10 strength and 10 dex by doing this before joining a guild. But I think... I don't know. It's weird when you look up the guides on doing this. It's like... It's like joining the paladins, you don't get anything additional afterwards. Which is weird, because they're the ones who pray the most. Joining the mages, you get the 20 mana. And joining the mercenaries, I think you get an additional 10 strength on top of that. I don't know, it was weird. It's like they didn't get the same returns for it. Okay, so now I'm getting mana. What are we at? 29 strength. So, since I haven't invested anything yet, with nothing on, I should have 20 strength, 20 dex when we're done. I've got more than that. Oh no, because I've gotten some additional ones, so that kind of fucks with everything. Yeah. Val, we didn't do too much. We basically went through the joining quests for the mercenaries, and that was about it. I experimented a little bit with Jarvis's quest because I didn't know if we got different dialogues and rewards and stuff for beating up more people. So it turns out for every person you beat up, you get 50 additional XP. So if you only beat up 3, you get 150. If you manage to somehow beat up all 5, you get 250. And it's impossible to beat up Silvio himself because he apparently has God mode on. In fact, I did knock him down, but he immediately stood back up and everyone basically did not act like I did anything to him. What do you mean broke the controls? Does she say? Oh, yeah, I think she says it's kind of like a rumor. I guess that's her kind of contrived way of making him immortal at that point. I guess that's so he shows up in chapter 5 or chapter 4. But it's funny because he should have kept that armor then, since he switched to the Dragon Hunter armor, and at that point we can kill him. Yeah. For some reason, when you slide down, it's almost like a Doppler effect. You go flying backwards towards the camera, and his pitch increases. So I have no idea how many times we've done this already. Well, can you fix that in the controls? The problem with the controls is it actually does, in many cases, allow you to double bind stuff. So just make sure your controls are set properly. Make sure nothing's duplicated. You know, make sure you have W on forward, but not on open inventory. Because stuff like that does happen. Like, I used to bind, draw a weapon to the first key, to the F key, which was first person. I remember it used to make me go into first person mode every time I put my weapon away. The problem is even rebinding some stuff does not get rid of the original binding, even though it looks like it did. I don't remember any specific examples, but that can be a problem. There might be another thing you can fix in the config file if you go through that. Did I rest twice? I don't remember. Yeah, he's a big fan of it. I'd like to know where it goes. When we put it down on a pedestal and it just immediately goes away. Well, we're really getting up there. We got 20 dex now, but we also have 37 strength, which does not enable us to do any new things. We can wield that now, but it's not better than that. Well, isn't that what you know, being faithful is all about? Every time I've been to church, they ask me for money. No, I'm just doing it because the alternative is to waste everyone's time as I run back and forth between a bed and a shrine. But yeah, I get the joke there. If that guy's still watching my videos after all this time, he will be having a fucking fit when he sees this. I haven't heard from him since. I'm surprised he didn't, like, harass me like the dude did in my Dark Souls videos. I don't remember if I mentioned it. Well, I guess I did mention it last time, but I don't know how many people were here when I did. Some guy on my Gothic walkthrough, the last one I did, got real pissed off that I used the exploit that people told me about and kept reminding me to do, which was to beat up Scar to get his weapon, because for some reason nobody helps him when you knock him down. So you can easily beat him up and steal his stuff. Can't do that with any of the other Ore Barons or anybody else in the castle. So the guy got real pissed off that I exploited the bad AI. Yeah, this dude was like real butthurt. He ignored valid criticism that I didn't play the game exactly the way he wanted. That I showed people what they could do in something called a fucking walkthrough. That apparently my walkthrough was supposed to be a demonstration of my godly talent. And not just showing people all the nuances that you can play the game with. And then, like, yeah, there was some guy on my, my so-called blind run of Dark Souls way back in the day who got pissed off that A, it wasn't blind enough, because occasionally I would look up guides, and B, that I wasn't better at it, because I'd never played it before. Now, the dude was just a twat. I mean, I just stopped answering, and if he kept trying to post comments, I would have blocked him. I mean, I don't like to block people as soon as they start, like, you know, attacking me personally like that. Because sometimes they're, you know, not that much of a dick, but some people just will not leave me alone and keep making it personal. And that's when I block them. Yeah, I believe it. I never met the guy. Oh god! God, this, even with cheats, this takes for fucking ever. I don't understand why I can't just slap like 4,000 gold down on Inos's plate and just be like, give me everything you got. They really are. Like, my god, your blood pressure must be astronomical. It's gonna be a while, because I'm getting through this, this live stream, and I will be... I'm working up this save game so that, once we're done here, I can load this one back up and join another faction. That's why I've done all the initiations for the Mercenaries. And I'm trying to do all, like, the Chapter 1 quests, just so we don't have to do all those all over again when I go to join the Mercenaries and eventually the Militia. That way, I can stream through those as well, so I have a side-by-side comparison when I do the walkthrough. I can explain the other things that are not available on the Mage Run for anyone who's trying to follow the walkthrough for that as well. But yeah, maybe I'll start the walkthrough optimistically in March. I don't think I'm gonna make it that soon. Yes. In all honesty, I should do that before I start the walkthrough, because that's another thing. I'm gonna make the comparisons in the walkthrough. Not that there's really going to be that many that are that significant, and since nobody's really going to be playing that version, it's not really that big a deal, but just for curiosity's sake. It'd be nice to kind of have a side-by-side comparison. Although I realize trying to do the install for that's going to be a bitch. I'm going to have to find all these mods for the non-Night of the Raven version. I mean, some of these work either way, but other ones don't. Yes, that's kind of what I was saying earlier. This one save profile is going to be the foundation to join all three of them. That's why I haven't spent any learning points on anything besides the basic talents I'm going to use on any given character. So, you know, learning to skin animals and learning how to sneak. That's about it. And I realize going through all these shrine things is not that meaningful for a mercenary where we won't be using spells. So all this extra mana really won't help. But it'll still be like a quality of life improvement, so I don't have to... You know, every time I use a teleporter stone, I don't have to restore my mana. Or anytime I decide to cheese something with some spell scrolls, I don't have to worry about that. Actually, I know there is a way to speed up time. I just don't know how fast it runs. South Park. Shit, I fucked up. Shit, I fucked up. Oh, wow! Holy crap! When I said speed up time, I thought it meant, like, the actual time of day. No, it actually speeds up movement. Holy crap! That changes everything. Oh god, that doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work. Shit. That might have backfired. Alright, I still think it's quicker this way now. Okay, okay. Yeah, we're the speed demon now. It'd be fun to play through the whole game like that. That would be a bitch. Does it affect like a... Does it affect like the pitch of voices or anything? I don't think it does. I could set it to nighttime, that would definitely be blinding speed. Who needs hasty herring? So again, I don't remember where we stand for this. We're at 24 mana. We get a total of 20 out of this. So as soon as we hit 30 mana, I think we're done. I have enough to do that, but that decimated my gold stores. That's another thing I never tested was if like timed stuff like the hasty herring or the speed potions, if those are on a 5-minute timer, or if it runs on the in-game clock. So, like, if resting would expire it. Something I could test later. Just for humor's sake. I don't think I could really apply that in any practical sense. At 26. No. I do not want to go through all this again. Let's save. I can go even faster. Behold. Oh god. Collision. Oh god. I'm ping-ponging. I feel bad for anyone who watches the VOD later and has to sit through all this. Actually, I don't think we would cap at 30. Didn't we get a, Didn't we get a point of mana from Darren? I don't remember if we did. I know we got like 150 hit points, 1 learning point. Maybe we got 5 mana, which means I still got a ways to go. Yeah. I slept my whole life away. I'll get this. That should be the end of it, but I'll run one more just to make sure. Oh, that's a good point. Do I have snapper weed? I do. Wow! I can't even control this. And the 15 seconds is over in like 2 seconds. Because time is sped up. Oh no, I'm still getting some, so we're not done. Oh, Grom's dead. I don't know what the hell happened to Grom. He's not here. He isn't showing up. He just disappeared. At least I gave him his cheese before he died. Yeah, he's just straight up gone. I have no idea where he went. I remember I talked to him, then I went and killed the trolls, and then I came back and he was gone. He like never showed up again. It would be really hilarious if the music sped up with this too. Yeah, we're still getting mana. Holy shit. Yeah, I've never had that happen before. I've never had an NPC just disappear. Oh god. Oh wow, there's some hit points. That is the end of it then, isn't it? Oh shit. Because from now on... Shit, how do I turn this off? Oh fuck. Okay, good. Back to normal. Because after we get all of the mana, I guess we got 2 additional mana from somewhere. After that, praying just gets you hit points. If I remember correctly. I guess we're done. Next time I do this, I'm going to just do that in one sitting so that I don't have to worry about that. I can actually, like, keep track of it. Alright, so I got my guildless profile now. It's not bad. Alright, I can use the willow bow. Oh, one shy of that? Are you kidding? Not no more. Booyah. So, I guess all we have left, really. I mean, there's odds and ends quests that we can do now or save for later. God, the birds are so loud here. I'll keep that save there. Yeah, there's two bows because they use the same model. It's not this one, but it's like same shape but different color. It's like the oak bow and the yew bow or something. They have this weird thing, yeah, where they keep flexing in and out. Yeah, because there's two bows. One's at like 30 decks, the other one's at like 60 decks. They use the exact same model, they both have the same glitch.
You don't have to tell me that.
It amuses me.
Hey, you!
There's floating arrow.
Can't rely on that.
Alright, well.
That's really not my problem.
Make up some of the cash we spent.
No idea. You tell me.
You listen to the wrong people.
It had to happen sooner or later.
That's really not my problem.
Never gonna use that. Never gonna use that.
That will never change.
Zardas's worthless ring.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
Can't sell reptile skins to Bosper.
Duty.
What does he know about duty?
That's really not my problem.
Sometimes I get amused just listening to background conversations.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Better.
I remember in the vanilla game, you would get attacked by the two mercs outside if you hung out in here. Or something like that. I still have those? I thought I sold those to Bosper.
Do you really believe that?
So for some reason, I don't think I actually saved at the end of the last stream. Because I'm having to redo some of the things I remember doing. It annoys me. Alright. I guess we'll do things the right way. We'll go use the teleporter to get back to town. I wonder if I can one-shot bloodflies with this. That'd be convenient. Barely even have to worry about them anymore. I cannot. Oh, close enough. Ow. Actually, I have more strength, so maybe taking on lurkers won't be that big a deal. Yeah, that's what I like. This is this groany little bitch. Would you hit it already? This hill always been that steep. Looks different for some reason. So we could go straight and join the fire mages now. In fact, why don't we do that? I got nothing else to worry about, do I? There's nothing we're gonna lose by doing that. I mean, I would say if you isolate the conflict between the farmers and the royal soldiers and leave the paladins out of it, I would say that the farmers are more justified. Because, you know, they are being taxed to death on account of the war, so understandable, but at the same time, it's like saying that they have to bear the burden of, you know, the financial burden of the war, because the king just can't help himself. Nope, that might have been a mistake. That was a mistake. Oh my god, I can't hit him. Yeah, it's just... You can understand he's somewhat justified in saying, you're bleeding us dry, taxing us to death. We're not going to take it anymore. I'd rather hire people to protect my farm since you're more interested in just taxing me instead of actually giving me protection for it. But, like, the paladins... I mean, obviously things got worse when they showed up because they're using local taxes to fund their expeditions into the valley. So all they're doing is raising taxes to compensate for it. Yeah, they just made it even worse. The farmers are just like, listen, there's no frickin' orcs here. Why are we paying for this? Why are we, you know, paying, you know, an arm and a leg to fund this war that isn't even protecting us? Yeah, so I can understand it to an extent. Hit the bitch. Hit the bitch. I mean, that's the ultimate question, is what would... Oh, shit. What would the royal soldiers and the paladins actually do if Corinus were to be invaded? Obviously, they're concerned about it now because they have the valley to worry about, but would they actually protect the farmers, or would they be more interested in protecting the valley and protecting their ore mines? Because we've seen that the orcs have kind of, you know, gotten around to things. When they show up later, when we're a paladin, they only send one guy to go take care of them, which is us.
Hey, you!
Innos be with...
Where? What do you...
I think he... And...
Bless me.
I bless...
I don't think that blessing actually does anything, but who knows? God's work in mysterious ways.
May it...
Yes, yes. So many birdies. I got stuck on a tree. Excuse me. Gawk. Why can't you frickin' hit it? Oh my god, these shrubs. These ferns are blocking my arrows. Alright, so I'm gonna get into the monastery. We're gonna join it. Just to be careful, I'm gonna make it yet another save. Because I'm worried I'm just gonna overwrite that one for some reason. So we're going to join the monastery, and then I'm going to wrap it up, and we'll be back in the morning. But I got to get something to eat. I got to take a shower, and honestly, I'm probably just going to go to bed, because I am very tired.
Welcome to the monastery of Innos, stranger. I am Brother Pedro, a humble servant of Innos and the warder of the gate to the holy monastery. What is it you require?
Aren't you important?
I want to enter the
Only the servants of... If you want to pray to Innos, go find one...
What do I...
If you want to be accepted in... Also, we demand the gifts to Innos from each new novice. A sheep and 1,000 gold pieces.
That's a whole lot of gold.
It is a sign that you are beginning a new life as a servant of Innos.
Of course it is, and
when
not just a massive
you will be forgiven all
donation
your
to the
previous
treasury of this
and consider,
monastery.
You cannot take back the decision to become a servant of Innos.
Oh, can't I? Who's stopping me?
Tell me about life in the monastery.
We live in the monastery in order to serve Innos. We novices perform the
You know what's actually my alarm clock? Or one of them, at least? It's the quiet one, because I picked a loud one in case I sleep through that one, but I used the Harbor Town theme from the first Risen.
What are...
Yes.
I've got this statuette here. I think they're missing it in the monastery. Can I come in now?
Well, under these truly exceptional circumstances, you are free to become a novice.
It's kind of funny how they leave it so cut and dry like that. Especially because this statuette doesn't actually seem that valuable. Certainly not worth 1,000 gold.
Anything's possible.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
You never gave me the key.
Hey, you! I want...
Is that real?
Yes.
Then be... Will not yet.
I am novice. The best part about this is that when we wear the novice's robe, we keep our old clothes on under it, so our shitty sleeves are still showing. I also wonder what the bracers are supposed to represent. I'll be honest, I never liked the look of the novice robes. I thought they were just silly looking. You would think they would be a bit more humble. For some reason, the upswept like shoulders look like they're supposed to be a bit more intimidating.
That's just what I said.
Not a huge difference between these two. It's irrelevant.
Why haven't I heard about this?
All right. Well, we are in. So, ladies and gentlemen, now that we are sworn to Innos, I guess we'll call it a night here. We'll pick up and do our novitial duties next time, tomorrow morning. So, thank you everybody who stopped in tonight. Always a good time. I don't know how these hours work for everybody, but, well, these are basically the times I got, so that's what we're going to work with. And I will have the next VOD up tomorrow night, I hope. So until then, hope everybody has a wonderful night.
Why haven't I heard about this before?